Yeah. Y'all know what it is. Eagles Way of Boxing. Wednesday. All right. This is live again. We're going to see how it go this time. This is interactive, not just me. Sometimes I just do me. I don't care. I don't care about the audience. But sometimes I want an audience. I want my audience to be here. So that's just the way it is. If you don't like it, then you just don't like it. Yeah, you just don't like it. But we got to do what we got to do up in here. Yep, boxers are going crazy lately, so we're going to talk just a little bit. We talk a little bit about how boxers are losing their mind out here, but that's fine. If that's what has to go down. I see they keep putting Mike Tyson in the news like he's really. I mean, do you really need to make a comeback? And I don't know if somebody to me. Well, for me, it's like you know, once you've so admitted, you have more or less concreted yourself into history. I think that's good enough. Just leave it alone. Yeah, yeah. That's just I think leave it alone. I don't know. People talk about the money, but if you got the houses, the cars, money, I mean, come on. I would think that your health is more important than um, than the money. I think your health would be more important. It would seem like to me, all of us need money. They force us to need money. Where I live at, you can't. You have to. I would say to be even comfortable where I live at, the basic amount is like about 400,000 a year, more or less. That's I don't know people. I don't know a whole lot of people that make that like personally know them. I don't know, like I doubt if I know 10 people personally that make over like 400 and something $1,000 a year. It's crazy, but that number is only going to go up. So that means if you have to make 400,000 a year, your kids are going to have to make 600,000 a year or more, and then their kids are going to have to be. They're forcing you in this state where I live at. They're forcing you to become millionaires. Like it's a forced thing. Like you have to be a millionaire in order to live here. If you're not a millionaire, you can't live here. Of course, there's ways to get around it because people have lived here and they have family homes and stuff like that. They've been left things, but when that wears down, I mean, then you're talking about repairs. You're going to have to repair the roof. You're going to have to repair the side of the house. You're going to have to repair plumbing. Yeah. So that the price tag, even if it's not 400,000, it's still going to be a lot because even those prices are going up. Like to have plumbing done, have roofing done, you're talking like $50,000 jobs, $100,000 jobs. So it's like so they'll still get you. They'll still get you, and yes, you're one of those um, that you have the inheritance of like some type of generational wealth. Yeah, yeah. But we'll see. Yeah, but we got some fights coming up. We got stuff coming up, and we're gonna see. This big one's coming up. That got this big one coming up, and that's Davis versus Garcia. Yeah. But this, the money on this fight is gonna be the money on this fight is gonna be like out of hand though. Oh, I'll just switch back. I was looking at the live screen, Derek Bailey. Yes, look, Derek Bailey. I don't know where you been. I know Derek Bailey come in just to start some trouble. Troublemaker. I don't need Gil in here today. Calling me Charleston Webb. I don't need that. Man, I got so much to do right now, man. I'm actually on another app. Well, it's still open. I can't use it right now, but I have to get like a lot more stuff. I gotta get more supplies. I'm gonna try to get somebody to do videos, so I can upload on the other page, man. Got this big event, I got the Stanford Powwow coming up, so I'm gonna travel there. I got something else. It would be nice if you guys can come, but I got to make sure that it's 100% first. I'm not gonna invite you guys, and yes, I know that it's 100% that they're gonna do it, and it's more or less like the natives from the east. A lot of them. So it's gonna be like a lot of us, brown skin natives, to get together. They switched it from September to October, so we're gonna see. And September I'll be down. I'll be in the heat. Huh. You imagine September, like the end of September. You imagine that the end of September. It's still 100 degrees down in California. Like when I go down south, still. Are you kidding me? September still 100 degrees. So I look forward to burning up down there. So. But I'm gonna have to wear something. I'm gonna have to do something. Make something special to go down there. I don't know. I'll be working on stuff. I'll just be working and working until I get it done. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. Just working until I get it done. Get the right things done. A lot of crazy talk. I've been caught up in these stupid videos with these. I don't understand the mindset of the murdering. The murdering people. I just don't get the mindset. The people that go to prison and brag about it and end up getting killed themselves. Yeah, these videos, they got all these hype videos out right now talking about why people are so afraid of Ryan, why so many people are afraid of Davis. I think way more people would be afraid of Davis than being afraid of Ryan Garcia. Not because of looks and nothing like that, but because of the whole skill set. And Ryan, everybody know, hey, just watch out for that little hook to the body or hook to the head or something like that. We know you can change it up, but one thing you ain't gonna never be able to change is them freaking eyes, man. Closing your eyes too much, and you're gonna get caught up. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna get caught up. That's all I can say. Closing them eyes, man. So, if you want to call a fight, if you could want to call this fight a 50-50 fight, you can call it a 50-50 fight. Only when Ryan closes his eyes. It's a 50% chance that he'll land something devastating, and maybe not even that. Yeah, but a lot of people, and I don't know why Maul. I don't know. The Maul Charlo, he hates Tank for some reason. He's to the point where he's betting. And he's even saying that Ryan probably is going to be like some kind of a lucky punch or something that Ryan hits Tank with. But can you bank on? Think about it. Can you really bank on luck? Is that what we can do? That's what we're doing now. We banking on luck for somebody to win? How come he couldn't be specific about any type of skill set, or he's gonna set him up? I'm not hearing anybody saying how the fight's gonna go. A lot of people are picking these fighters, but nobody's explaining, which we'll get into a little bit. Nobody's explaining how this fight's gonna go, and it can go different ways. And hopefully I'll be able to, we'll talk about, how I feel like the fight can go. I think that's my chicken. It's something in the background that's running. I don't know. I can't see what it is because I only have a small screen right here, so I can't see, what it is. But that's funny though. I think it's the chicken I got back there running. I'm gonna have to turn some of this off just so I can. Oh, that's what it was. It's Chicken Boy. The chicken back there running. Chicken back there like, I got this. I gotta shut him down. Somehow. I got so many windows over here. I didn't know I had that many windows. There we go. Maybe shut him down. But I'll make them smaller too on top of that. Yeah, we use that for different occasions. But we don't have to use that one right now. But yeah. Oh, wrong one. I was moving your chat. Yep. They're having a heat wave in Asia right now. People are dropping dead. Never heard of anyone afraid of Ryan. Me either. Hating on Tank's success. Yep. All you have to do is fight somebody. And here's the point is, aren't you with Al Heyman? Right? Aren't you with Al Heyman? That's all I can say about that. Everybody brag on Al Heyman, how he get all these fights done. I mean, aren't you with him? That's all I know. Is these people, I mean, you with them. If you with them, then what's going on? Stop playing. Y'all stop playing. Y'all could get the fights. Instead of you got some kind of mental breakdown or whatever you got. I don't know what you got. Some kind of stupid ass mental breakdown type of shit or whatever. I don't know what you got. You ain't fighting. You waiting. I'm gonna wait until summer or whatever. I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what you're doing. What you doing? And for me, the whole discussion, Derek brother, is see how I kill all these dumbass discussions when people try to bring up the past fighters. That we're not at that place where we used to be, and even those fighters back then. We can go back further than those. But when we had before John O'Sullivan, who was the first guy to wear gloves, right? Even before that, we go back before that. You had guys in there bare knuckling it out. And believe me, you're not made to whoop the person, or you're not made to beat the person. I mean, you can come up with different skills, a different skill set to eventually, win. But the way that battle was only done up until a certain point. I mean, you can invent ways, like even MMA that's not the ultimate way to fight somebody. You can't, people think that a lot of people get away with this MMA style fighting in the street, but no. People don't fight like that in the street. Because I'm not going to fight you like that in the first place. I'm not a fighter like that no more. Yeah, I get into a little bit of stuff every once in a while. That's because I put myself in that position though. I put myself out in the city and stuff. That's how I get into that shit right there. Sir Flame down there, I see him say, Sir Flame is in the house, y'all. He said, salute the Eagles Web, salute to the chat. He said, in his always, he said, jab that like button. All y'all neck. He said, don't get naked. Eagles Web Boxing got the fire up good. Always got that 100 with that glove, baby. Don't forget about it. Y'all know what's up. That's what we talking about right now. Yep. Yeah. Maul been on the shelf, so He might be mad. Yeah, you the one on the shelf. Oh, Sir Flame said, I just got off the plane. He said, what good? What guan, baby? What guan? Sir Flame, what guan? With Sir Flame up in here. Yep. We been talking about you too. We talking about you too. We talk about everybody, man. Nobody wanted to come in on time. Derek said, forget that. I ain't coming in an hour late. He said, I better get in the Eagles right now because Eagle will shut it down. Especially if it's something he want to talk to somebody about something. You know. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. But Derek Beatty said salute to Sir Flame. And Sir Flame right back at Derek Beatty. Said, what up, y'all? Yeah. I don't know what happened to y'all, sir. Haven't seen y'all, sir, for a minute. Yeah. But as you can see, I got Joyce up there getting battered. Yeah. Joyce sitting there getting his face battered in. Sir Flame said, I still got Tank to win via KTFO. Yeah, somebody's getting knocked the F out. Okay, so let's talk about that. We'll talk about the Zhang, and I'll put the crow up there. Y'all might as well get your crow, because some people said 4-5 that Joyce was going to knock him out. Joyce looked horrible. Defensively horrible. He just looked defensively horrible. Or either Zhang was just that much better. Because he was smashing him. He was getting them punches in there. No kind of blocking or moving out the way defense. Just sitting there. Yep. Oh, okay. Okay, y'all, sir, grandfather died, so he went over to bury him. Okay. He'll be gone for a minute. All right. Appreciate the update, man. No, I never knew nothing about that. No. I haven't been in my mail either. I don't know if y'all sort of shared that with me or not. He might have, but yeah, I did go in there the other day. I did. I was seeing if y'all had sent me something. It's been like a few days since I checked the mail and everything. Yeah. But anyway, all the condolences goes out to the brother, man, because I know that stuff stays inside of here forever. It don't go nowhere, you know. If you love somebody, the shit don't go nowhere, man. Man, please, even if I didn't know him that good, if it's in here, it's in here, man. I remember when I lost my grandma, man, I was like, I think it devastated everybody. It's just devastating, man, to lose. That's the matriarch of the family. That's the one that lets you know things. Those people are the ones that give you your understanding before you get, brain destroyed. In these schools, pretend like they're actually telling you something, But we'll get into the Zhang. But I want to make sure. This is still Wednesday. Friday, I don't know. I'm gonna be busy. We'll still come in. We'll talk about it a little bit more. But for Tank and Ryan Garcia, both sides. I mean, we covered it. But Ryan he more or less has to fight a perfect fight. He cannot, and the thing about Ryan, he cannot fight a perfect fight. Because of his flaws. He cannot. He can't. Sorry. But he can still fight near the perfect. He can fight as perfect as he can. Like staying out the way. When you have to engage, because Tank wants to see what Tank really wants. This is what Tank wants, and Ryan is just a sucker, and he's falling for it. Tank wants him to come out. Tank wants it to just be an all-out war. That's what Tank wants. And Ryan is getting so fed up with Tank that he's psychologically being stupid, because he's not thinking, I'm gonna just stick to the game plan. I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds and this. And that's what he wants. That's what Tank wants. Tank wants you to come out and be stupid. Because once you come out and be stupid like that, you're going to get the brakes beat off you. Because that's what Tank wants you to do. He wants you to come out firing and close. Because the thing is, it's more advantageous for him to fight somebody that's firing shots and trying to get a certain punch off and just firing shots and the person has their eyes closed, of course, you sitting there with your eyes closed and you're going to get your ass, and you're not going to, how you going to see the punch coming with your eyes closed? Yeah. Derek said, yeah, I thought Zhang would gas out, but Joyce kept his head on the center line. He wouldn't move his head to save his life. And I'm going to say that I agree with you, but at the same time, I'm going to say that not only that, that Zhang was so accurate also. Here's the point: when you fight Joyce, he's there to be hit. If you're accurate, you're going to hit him. And Zhang proved that if you're accurate, you're going to bust him up. And that's all that was. It was accuracy. Some of Joyce's fault. Joyce's fault. Because he was going to still fight. The doctor said, nah. This shit is too, we ain't going to let you, can't fight with one eye. Yeah. You got to have two of everything when you box. The only thing they let you get away with having one of, and that's one arm. Sometimes they'll let you fight with one arm. If one's just can't move properly, they'll let you fight one arm. They're not going to let you fight with one leg, hopping around on one foot. They're not going to do that. Because you're going to get knocked out. You're going to at least get knocked down hopping around on one foot. They're not going to let you fight a lot of times with one eye. Every once in a while. But two eyes, you can forget it. One eye, not so much. But two, most definitely. You know, just like if you got two broken fists, then you can't fight. You know, because your body is your body is the one. That's the instrument. That's the weapon. Anytime you have parts of the weapon that is malfunctioning, then it's going to be not viewer discretion. There's going to be corner discretion. There's going to be referee discretion. Sir Flame said, "Nice hit." Oh, you see the right hand hitting the jaw, right? On that one, yeah. A lot of it was Joyce and his corner fault. Yeah, Joyce may have to try to implement speed drills in his training. Yeah, but the thing about it is his speed. When we're talking about his speed, it's his reflexes to what the opposition's doing. If you're slow and just fighting him methodically, he's going to beat you up, of course. If you have any kind of speed, medium speed or whatever, and you're just getting off punches, there's nothing he can do. Because his reaction, at least, even if you're a slow puncher, your reactive punches should be faster. Like if you're throwing at me, I should be able to come back at you. And I don't understand why fighters can be that slow. How are you that slow? Now, I'm not saying I'm blessed, but how are you that slow? It's like, hey. Because when I used to spar like the lighter guys, it coached me and he said, "Damn, he's faster than what he looked like, huh?" And I'm just like, how could you be? I mean, I know I probably lost a lot of speed. I probably don't look probably not as fast as I was, but I think you can still work on it. But I don't know, because some people do punch like that. In this time, but so look at this. So look at this. So if you look at this, look at what I'm doing. So if you look at what I'm doing, very simple, right? It's very simple. It's very simple to time that, right? After a while, I mean, you might get caught with. Actually, these are kind of hard to time too, because they're a little bit slow. You're like one. Bam. So soon as that one starts coming back, that's you kind of time it. It's harder to time. Like, a sneakier punch is one just like that too, though. If I've been doing this the whole time, I could probably touch you with something like that. And if you notice, Mayweather has done that a few times. A lot of people never got that about Mayweather. Mayweather had all this speed, and he'll get you with the speed. Yeah, we're talking about MTM for just a second. But then he would throw slow punches at you too, or just little pity pat stuff. That's all fair. It's all part of. It's like I'm using all these tools on you, and the reason I'm using these tools is because you're not going to adjust to anything that I'm doing. I'm not going to allow you to adjust. Yep. Yeah, Surflane said he's too slow. Only thing that can save him is good timing. That's it. So even if you're slow, you still can. You still got to be able to have some kind of timing. Like, bam, okay, bam. Damn he, because you're thinking yourself, damn, he's fast. Okay, well, boom. Now I can finally get one in. You have to. There's times where Ali was just like putting it on the guy, just putting it on, just putting it on the guy. But they wait. A lot of them used to wait like they look like, those ain't that heavy. I wonder if I could sneak one out. And Ali just be throwing, and then because his hands is low, they'll be able to catch him up. He never liked to get hit in the face, but they would catch him. The only shots he's ever got hit with in the face, not ever, but he's probably been jabbed to the face, but not often. It's usually some type of lucky overhand or some kind of left. Like a blind left from somebody's shoulder, like a short hook, like there it's way down there, and then all of a sudden it's just he's throwing punches, like he's just concentrating on his work, like I'm messing you up, and then all of a sudden here comes a left hook, something like that. Or Wilder, he's just keeping you off him in his distance, because a lot of times his distance, when he used to hit you, his distance he wouldn't be far enough back. You know what I mean? He'd be on the front foot a little bit, and that used to get him caught. And he tried to raise out, and a lot of times when he raised back, he didn't dip his foot. Like a lot of times to like going to the right, so he spins back in. He would spin back in on his left foot and bend his leg and kind of drop down. So when he spins and drops down or back, but he's dropping at the same time. But sometimes he wouldn't drop, or he'll catch himself like, oh shit, and he'll catch yourself like stretching out too far this way and underestimate the reach of a fighter, and they catch him. Yeah. But you're right though. His ass is slow. So you got to have something. You got to have timing. Derek Bailey right back with it. He said, I think Joyce had issues fighting the southpaw also because Zane wasn't doing anything special. He wasn't doing nothing special, but catching him. Isn't that the point? He wasn't doing nothing but battering his face. What side of his face got battered up? That's what you got to look at. The side of his face that got battered up was what? Is it the left side or the right side? Or both sides, all over. But most part, he was getting caught with the jab. Usually when your face look like that, that's a lot of jabs. When your eye closes. A lot of the swelling could be from the punches after the jab closes the eye. Yeah. Derek said, did Joyce need to throw punches underwater in the pool? I don't know. It could help. It could help. It could help. I try to work. My thing, I don't want to try to. Well, I don't care. So for me, the best way to react is like a traffic light. So you have to set up a device. So they would train that fast twitch muscle and also the nervous system to react faster. So you need like a light. And what you're going to do with that light, I don't care if it's a flashlight or whatever it is you're going to turn that light on and off. When you turn that light on, that's when a punch should be coming. You turn it off, that's when the punch should be going back. So you start off slow. You know, you start off real slow with the light, and get yourself a strobe. Get you something that like a strobe that will turn on and turn off. So as soon as that light come on, boom, say on, off, 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 and faster and faster till they get to the point where that punch is coming out and back fast enough till you say, okay, that's fast. You know, you can't necessarily go any higher with them. And you say and you tell them that's the speed I need. Because you don't want to make it impossible. Like that's not a speed. Okay, so we need you to be a little bit faster. Some people it's just going to be impossible. They're not going to even get to that point where you say 1, 2, or, you know, on, off, on, off. They're not going to get to that point. You know, some will, but then some just they'll never get there because of it. They just don't have that. But just that practice with that light on and off, just that, you know, just that constant. You know, and you could there's different ways to do it too, though. You can do it with cards. You can do it in different ways. You know, like you can hold up a card. Like this, and just go like this. This back and forth, because it's like you're going from one environment to another. Just like if you was punching fast here, and the so-called what they say like you're on the moon. What make you faster is just because of the atmosphere, no so-called gravity and all that type of stuff. So I would take it even further than that. If you really wanted to get them quicker, put their ass in quicksand, or the heaviest water. Don't put them in salt water, but put them in the heaviest water you can get. I would probably do it in cold water at that. I wouldn't let them do regular pool. I say, hey, yeah, we're gonna do this in cold water because cold water is gonna be even more dense than, you know, warm water. It's gonna be even more dense. So I would probably say that, and plus the muscles are gonna be colder. You know, so once you come firing out of that, I mean, there's just ways. There's ways. I used to use these little resistance. I forget what they called. They're almost like weights, but they have a lot of like paddles on them, to where if you punch or pull, it's a lot of resistance because they're flat surfaces, and you just go like that. This, you know. But yeah, a lot of that stuff, it could help. Just no weights, but you know that it can help. But I think that part of the program is not just the twitch of muscles. I think it's a lot of is neurological. So I would think that flashing, like doing the light, I think that works even better. You know, because then it plants it up here. Because it's not always physical. Sometimes it's planted up in this thing. So I know I can be fast. I know I can catch stuff. Like just like me, like I said, I got these reflexes that I shouldn't have, and like I said, they almost cost me my own self, you know, just for being just too quick, too quick, and I caught one of my stickies, and that wasn't good. Yeah. Derek said, yeah, wild hooks. Wild hooks called Ali. Yeah. And see, this is the point of why. Okay, let me go back up. Lightweight with fast reps. Yep, that can help. Sir Flame said that's how Shane Mosley threw slow punches. Then boom, yeah. Yep. But Derek is on the wide hooks. Yep, that's what could catch you. So on that, looking at that part, when you look at that part of it, like the wild hooks and stuff like that, same thing that catches Wilder. Wilder gets caught behind the head, the loop and shit. He ain't got no, but he's too athletic for that. He's a basketball player, you know. So all that stuff should be innately, it should be already built in. You don't get caught with that loop and shit, you know. It's all, that's the quickest line is right there. Ha. See what I mean? Ha. That's the quickest line. It's straight. You ain't got no business getting hit all in the back of the head and shit like that. That means Your corner need to tell you you're not boxing proper. Push his ass off. If he's hitting, if you are pushing behind, if you hit me behind my head, I can push you in your throat. I can do whatever I need to do. I should be pushing you in your throat. Yeah. But Derek said, I mean, how many punches to the face do you have to take to nullify that? He didn't do anything to stop that straight left. Yeah. Since Joyce couldn't change his punch speed, Zhang wasn't worried. That's it. And that's what I was just discussing, them straight punches, and also, like I said, the jab is what get that eye where it was. Zhang took full advantage. He took full advantage of what was presented right in front of him, and he saw that, oh shit, this is target practice here. I'm not going to change, and he didn't change much. I mean, he got clipped a couple of times himself. I'm not going to say probably Joyce would have won if he didn't get all battered up. He probably would have still ended up winning. But we needed about 4 more rounds to get Zhang nice and tired. But that didn't happen. He didn't get tired. Or even if he was huffing and puffing, he knew he was ahead. And the sad part about it, if I'm not mistaken, it looked like Joyce might have really hurt him, before they stopped the fight. So, not good. Okay, you said long trains like that? Yeah. Bruce Lee used to do that back in the day. Yeah, there's lots of ways to get yourself going. Even like simple shit like knuckle like push-ups, like you push where you snap when you go up, and just there's a lot of old school stuff you could do. But like I said, some people just don't. You're not gonna like get super quick, and some people they just more or less have it. They got that speed, but at least, like with the light, where I was telling you about the light, at least that will help them with timing. At least, at the bare minimum, you're gonna need help with the timing. Something like that. If not, yeah. Yeah, but Derek said facts at Sir Flynn. Yeah. And then also Derek said that Sir Flynn began. He said Joyce was in good shape though, just no speed. Yeah, all that being in shape like that might have killed whatever little speed he had left. Yeah. Derek Bates said, side note. He said, stupid question. He said, can you drive a stick, Eagle? Oh yeah. I drive a stick. I drive all that shit. Hey, you put it in front of me, I drive it, man. You put me in the big boy, I drive him. I drive all that. Put me in a 5-ton, whatever. You put my ass in the tank, I get it done. Hey, I get it done, man. I catch on quick, man. Forklift, all that shit. I catch on to that shit. Yeah. Derek said, he said, I meet Loma. He said, damn, I didn't see that. I spelled that wrong. Yeah. I know you meant Loma. Yeah, you just having I meant, damn. He said my spelling. Yeah, I know. Yeah, your spelling is off today, man. You got that dyslexia today. But Zay was catching everything Joyce do, just about. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, but you could see when he did get actually hit. I mean that he was getting hit. Yeah. Hey, Bruce and them and Lala came in there complaining. All y'all came in here complaining. Oh, yeah. Bruce said that you took the words out of his mouth that Eagle had a short stream. Yeah, I'm like, nah. I needed to talk to y'all. Y'all didn't want to hit that. Y'all didn't want that crow screen to pop up. Like, no, Eagle gonna get us with that crow. Ain't no big deal. All of us got it. And I kind of felt that, man, because I can't make live picks. If I make live picks, they go just the opposite. Even if everybody knows that's the right pick, they'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go with that too. I don't know. It seems like I bring the pain when it comes to making picks, man. I couldn't get none of the Wilder picks right, even though I knew. I just had to still roll with Wilder. All I can do with Wilder was just hope he didn't get beat up too bad. That's all. I was like, oh, he going to get beat up. Because I knew he was going to get beat up. On the last fight, I knew he's getting beat up because coming in all big, and then because as you remember, I said all the stuff that he was gonna have to do, like just not let Tyson Fury bull him and lean his weight all on him. Man, you can't, man. You lost. Once I see that happen, you already lost. So let's go back. So we talked a little bit. We'll go back and forth. So the psychological game, I think Tank has already won. There's somebody, some voice of reasoning is trying to tell Ryan, don't fall for all that hype. Don't be making outside bets. Don't bet your whole purse on, knocking this guy out or beating this guy. He's putting so much pressure on himself because Tank is not looking for it as a pressure thing. Tank is looking for it as a take advantage of everything. Like the rehydration clause, that wasn't nothing. All that's letting you know is that people are making such a big claim about it. All that's letting you know is that, just come in shape and, you just don't put on that extra, you can't have the cherry pie or whatever with the vanilla ice cream on top. Whatever, you just can't have that. That shouldn't even be a big deal. If you already made weight, I don't know why to be honest, I don't know why a person needs to put on more than 10 pounds if they made weight in the first place. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, you made weight, right? Yeah. But now you can't put on 10 pounds. It don't even make sense. You don't need to put on 10 pounds. Because if you have to put on more than 10 pounds, that means you starved yourself the night before the weigh-in or something, that you was in the sauna and you just lost all the weight that you had to lose. And once you put that back on, now you're right back to, you're still, you probably lost 15 pounds in the sauna. Now you can only put 10 of that back on, but you still need that 15 pounds, the water and everything else. That's all that's telling me. It's not telling me that you train, because if you're fighting at a certain weight, that means you could make the weight. Yes, you wouldn't be fighting at it. Oh, itchy nose. Derek said, I saw a used Chevy Colorado today, and it was a 5-speed. Say it shocked me because I haven't seen a 5-speed truck in so long. Yeah. You better go pick that truck up, man. How much they want for it? Go on and pick it up, man. Make it a project check truck, Jack. Just work on it. I want one. I want an old truck, but I want a truck that's still an old one that's capable of towing and stuff like that. As long as it got a good body, if the body, I don't care about dents and all that, but as long as it's not rotten, because it's a truck, trucks get banged up. But as long as there's no rust and all that, and I know I could work on, I can get inside and work on the engine, because a lot of stuff I'm gonna do myself. If I can do that, I'm good. Why not? If you get in there and work on it, you're doing good. Because I'm gonna do simple shit like I'm gonna like tune-ups and stuff like that, changing the oil and changing like the air filters and wires and batteries and alternators and stuff like that, and just minor electrical stuff, maybe a little bit of big stuff, but not too much, because I don't have all that the space and all that and all the equipment and stuff, but I got people that's gonna hook it up for me, like major brake jobs and all that. They gonna do all that shit, but all the other stuff you do yourself. And then get yourself some nice wheels for it. You hook that sucker up, man. Get you some nice wheels and some bigger tires, some nice tires for it. And you just work on it. Just detailing it out, get it clean. If you have to get it reupholstered, shit, it's gonna save you a lot more money. Save a lot more money than getting this new stuff. New stuff, they not making some of the new stuff. They not making it like they should. That's all I can say. But yeah, so the psychological part, when we talk about Tank, the psychological part, I mean, if Tank just destroys and wins this psychological war, it's a fight's already. It's like over. It's not even, you know what I mean? It's it's over to the point to where, yeah, we're going to see a fight. The bell's going to ring. Ryan's going to come out firing, but he's going to be laying in his own blood like quick. What people forget about Tank is people talk about Tank's knockout power. But people don't talk about Tank's breaking your nose power, breaking your rib power, breaking your chin power. Ryan is going to make that come into play if he comes out, trying to fire with fire. You don't play with fire like that. If he comes out like that, it's just not going to be a good. It's not going to be a good thing for him. I'm just saying, it's just not going to be good. If you come out like that, you're going to get yourself smoked. And that's what we're hoping. We're hoping that doesn't happen. But as far as this psychological game, if Tank wins this whole psychological thing and puts all that pressure on, I'm fighting for my money and something like that. Because Tank probably he's not caring about the money anyway. He see, like, I got money. And it's maybe he needed something. Maybe he needs something to motivate himself, to make himself come out even harder. Yeah, I want to kill this guy, but let me put more pressure on myself so I know I come out and kill him. If you remember, you probably don't remember, but if you go back, when Mike Tyson was fighting Michael Spinks, there was a controversy about Mike Tyson having his hands and stuff wrapped without somebody from Spinks' corner being in his dressing room. So they had to redo everything. And Mike got so mad, he was already frustrated and mad. He wanted to kill Michael Spinks so bad that he punched a hole through the dressing room wall. Knocked the bricks out. I'm like, oh shit. That's how mad he was. And even Butch Lewis was explaining. He said Michael Spinks, he said he was so scared. He said he didn't even, it was hard for him to even get him into the ring. He didn't want to leave the room after he knew that Mike Tyson was the one that made that noise and broke the wall. So that's crazy. But it takes certain things. The reason I bring that point up, because it takes certain things to motivate a person to even do more destruction than what they was going to do. And betting a purse, that's the worst thing that Ryan could do. And yes, he sees something in Tank that, yeah, I can get him upset and take advantage of. I don't think you do, son. I really don't. I think you're banking, of course, you're talking about God and all this, that you think God gave you the punch and all that. Is that how God works? God gives somebody who's, he gives certain people, no matter what your background is. I'm talking about the Creator, not God. I don't know what's God he's talking about. But the Creator gives everybody, opportunities. But he don't just bless you with, one good hand so you can fight. That's what he have you here for. He have you here for fighting. I'm like I said, I'm blessed with those certain reflexes, but that's different. But because reflexes don't have anything to do with just, they have something to do with fighting, but you can have reflexes for all kinds of other stuff. But everybody's always, their God-gifted talent and all this. I'm like, man, please, you had to go train to get that talent. Because if you was God, to be honest, if the Creator gifted you, like if he gifted you as his puncher, his fighter, you wouldn't even have to tell nobody. I mean, you would just thank him all the time, but you wouldn't have to tell nobody that it was a gift from him, because they would be able to see it. And a matter of fact, none of your fights would go more than 15 seconds. If you was gifted by him, none of your fights, and the reason I say 15 seconds, because it might take you 5 seconds before you clip the guy in the chin. And once you touch the guy, it would be over with. And everybody would know, hey, that's supernatural there. There's certain stuff that people do, you see, is supernatural. And we can bring out so-called supernatural stuff within our own self. Our brain keeps us from doing it because the latest is our brain doesn't let us use any more than, I believe that this is what they're saying, their study. And when I say they, I don't know the scientists, but they said that your brain doesn't allow you to use more than 60% of your muscles, your muscle strength. Because if you used your total muscle strength, you would actually hurt yourself. So just think about that, 60%. You're only using 60%. And for somebody who's bench pressing, 400 or 500 pounds, that's a lot. And you figure that's only 60%. That means they could do a lot, 800, 850. That's a lot. Yeah, that's what I heard. But they're supposed to be betting their purses. Matter of fact, I heard that was on TikTok or something like that. One of those. Let's look it up. Let's see if we can hear him talking. I'll try to find it. Yeah, but you better go and get that truck, man. Yeah. Derek Bass, I remember that. Mike could have came out with no gloves or wraps in it. It would have been the same result. Yeah, it would have been the same result. Yeah. Derek said, I hate when people say that. Some of our small sayings that we say, I gotta try to clean it up all the time. I'm like, man, why am I saying that? I can't stand myself when people say certain stuff. Like, this one was going around for a while. It still does every once in a while. You hear it, and somebody would say, "That's what she said." Oh, that's what she said. I'm like, oh, here. I'm like, I used it a little bit. I just didn't feel comfortable using it. I'd rather say that's what your mama said, so we can just go ahead and fight and get it over with. I might as well just say that, Derek. I'll just say, that's what your mama said, boy. You might as well just do that and just get into the fight. You might as well get into a real fight. But let me try to find this. Oh, here, I found it. Let's listen to it.
Yeah, you hear me? I have to bet. Yes, let's bet. You hear me?
So this is TikTok.
The whole purse.
This will be Ryan Garcia talking with Tank Davis, talking about the whole purse. See if I can get it to the beginning where y'all can hear it.
The whole purse. Yeah, you hear me? I have to bet. Yes, let's bet. You hear me on the line? Let's bet. So everything for sure. That you let's make a contract. Let's sign it, both of us. Let's do it. Okay, and if you really want it, call him up. Call him. We can. Hey, we can.
I can see it. He's making me laugh.
I don't speak twice for myself. You already know. Your boy ate it. Your boy ate it. Think you gonna do something. I know. You gonna win. I am going. For sure. For sure. You sure you want to do this, bro? Does he want to do it? The Huz is watching. The Huz. You sure you want to do it? The Huz is watching.
Hold up. I'll write up a contract that the winner get whoever wins get each other first.
Oh.
No. I'm dead, sir.
I'm down.
Hey, the whole
Let's do it. The whole purse. Yeah, you hear me? I have to bet. Yes, let's bet. You hear me on the line? Let's bet.
So, far as I can tell, the Tank was so serious.
140, which is a weight.
Why are so many Mexican boxing fans supporting Tank Davis over Ryan Garcia?
So Tank definitely do.
So what happened is, I heard in the background that the Tank was actually on the phone. He was talking to somebody to get in touch with Al to make that contract. But you're right though. He said Ryan already lost $20,000 to EJ. He said his betting game is suspect. Yeah, his betting game is definitely suspect. Some people just it's just not meant to gamble. And it's probably, I'm going to say this is probably going to be a wake up call for him to just watch himself and, watch his money and watch himself. I don't know if he's that rich. He might be. But how rich do you really have to be, Derek, baby? To be honest, with this fake money, the shit's fake anyway. To be honest, if you, I don't even, but I'm not gonna even go there. If you think about how many people have lost their selves to the money that has been fake for how many years now? The money that has been fake for like 90 years. This money has been fake for like 90 years. There's no riches behind it. No, there's no silver, no gold backing it. Nothing. So, all these people that live and die for money, it's all an illusion. It's because, it's just like if you came to my house and I have special money in my house. My money ain't worth shit outside my house, right? It's not worth a damn thing. But as long as you stay in my house, let's say, for instance, you have to give me so much gold. Oh, let's to keep it. Let's keep the story straight. So to get anything in my house, you'd have to use house money, my house money, to get anything in my house. Even though that money ain't worth shit on the outside, it's worth something in my house only. In my house, you could be a millionaire. You can buy whatever you want to buy in my house. But I have already collected gold or whatever for it. But it's not worth nothing. I'm the one with the gold. You can't trade your money in for the gold, but I could sell you my money for gold. You understand? Now you're a millionaire in my house. You can buy everything. You flexing and throwing money in the air and everything else. That's the same thing it is with this United States. Same thing. Because the money ain't worth shit. But the person who owns this house, or the people, whoever they are, because I fucking still do not know who the government, I don't know who these people are. I feel like I'm still in prison. I'm captured by these people. And I have to live in their system. Because, you know, I probably really don't have to live in their system. I just don't have time. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like learning all the rights. You got rights though. I just don't feel like learning. I'm at the place where I just gave up on it, where I don't want other people to give up. In which that's probably will last. I will have a period of time where I gave up and quit. But then after a while, I'll settle my ass down and I'll start fighting everything with law. Because it's very simple. That kind of stuff comes easy to me. And so that's what I probably need to do, is go back to, you know, all my rights, all my amended rights in the Constitution. I have it. I have a copy of it. I don't know why I don't just carry it and read it all the time. Matter of fact, I think I will start doing that. Is I'll just start carrying my, Constitution with me. Anything happen, you got the Constitution right there with you. Because laws are illegal if you think about it. Because if they're not consistent with the Constitution, they're illegal. But people still get away with it. Yeah, that's right, Derek. You had to use Eagle dollars. That's right. Hey, that's what I want, man. I haven't totally given up, Derek, but I want a community to come together to where we can do that. To where we have our own money. And just like I described of how you would, get your money, that's exactly the way I would do it. To start our own real community with real money. Where the money, if something happened to you, that the money is going to be real. So that way you could back it up with resources, stuff like that. This trade. They would not allow us to do it, and yes, we all got on board. Say we're going to do it anyway. I mean, how could certain companies, all these big companies, can get shipments of crap from overseas, but we can't? We should be able to get whatever components and stuff that we need from overseas like that and build what we want. If we got to get cheap wood from somebody, we should be able to do it. But you know exactly what they would do. It would be, instead of tourist season, it'd be tariff season. They'll put that tariff season on us to where the shipment probably wouldn't hardly be worth it. They have that store called Dollar Tree. They still call it Dollar Tree, but it's not Dollar Tree anymore. It's actually $1.25. And I knew that all the way back in, I don't know if it was this November. I think it was this November. like the November just passed, because it was before that. Because I went south, and I found that out. Matter of fact, I found it out I think the year before, something like that. And I told everybody, I said those tariffs is gonna hit. I said you don't worry about it. I said everything's gonna go up. And had people argue with me. Oh, I don't order stuff from. I don't get stuff from overseas. I just get local stuff. I just started shaking my head like you're an idiot. So don't you know that stuff like tariffs, cargo, gas. I said, don't you know it don't matter what you get, that shit, the price is still gonna go up, because there's hardly any places that do total local, like just local stuff. That's it. Even the people that they get the stuff from has to ship. So it's still gonna influence the price. But you can't explain. It's hard to explain people, even though I'm not a global economist or nothing like that. I don't know, but I mean, it's always been that way. If they told you that oil's going up, well, I'm glad I get everything here. Oh, you're an idiot. Just for saying that. Like they had those script. Oh, he said he had those script towns back in the day. Could only use money from that town. Yeah. Actually, states are supposed to have their own money. To be honest, states, they should have their own money. But now they're under that corporate American dollars. And people get so excited, but they don't. Well, see, nobody stops there. Nobody just says, wait a minute. Why is this money? How could I spend this money? And then they change the value of your dollars, which is to make you feel like it's inflation. And the reason they do that is so you can work harder, so you can forget about it. Oh, I just got to work harder those money to make you mad and get you angry about something else. But the money wasn't worth shit in the first place. That's the whole point, is the money was never worth anything. But now you thinking that the money's worth something. Just go, I got this nice home and all that. Yeah, but you don't own it. You don't own the home. So that's the point I need to get to. I need to have a place in the community. I need to have a land-specific place to where that you can't touch my land, you can't buy it, you can't tax it, none of that. That's what we need to have. And it's not hard to do when you all stand up. But here was a lot of people don't understand is a lot of brown-skinned people, they're relatives, but they're not close relatives. And some are like close relatives, and some aren't. Some are cousins. So the difference being is that we could be relatives, but let's say, for instance, you're my 10th cousin, like removed. That's a lot different than you being my first cousin. You see? And so that's why the brown people have such a conflict with each other and they fight, is because they're not really, they might be related, all of them aren't, but they might be related. But the thing about it is that the common things, you could tell who's related to you, because a lot of times the mind is more related than the blood. Because even if they're not related, if the mind is related, then the blood becomes stronger through that mindset. The blood is not going to become stronger if the mindset is completely twisted and different. You know what I mean? But back to that point, because I see you put up something else. Derek said, yeah, Americans are really uneducated on how things use and how things really work. And that's the point. Is that if you knew, just like that scenario what I just brought up, I said, I'll take all the gold. I have the gold. But what's giving me another thought is why all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but Fort Knox is supposedly don't have the gold no more, and our money's not backed by gold. So where in the hell did they send all that gold? That's another question. But let me just say this. Just like I was saying, the Eagles house, you can have the money, but, drop me the gold off and you can buy anything you want to. That's exactly how people are living here. But they don't think that. Is they want to bring in more and more dollars. And you think about it. If you're bringing more and more stuff in that's not worth anything, what are you really doing? Every dollar that we spend we're creating debt, because everything is already paid for. And just looking at it like that, you don't have to be somebody who specializes in it. You got to realize, hey, that's a debt. That's not Anytime you spend money, that's a debt. Because the money ain't worth nothing. You spending something, it's almost like you're borrowing against something that's already there. It's like, let me give this money. Why are you giving money for something that's already there? It's paid for, even if you go buy something at the store. Do you mean they just got a bunch of shit that was never paid for? They got a bunch of stolen shit? How was it? It was already paid for. It's paid for already. And matter of fact, it was paid for before they got it. So it's a debt on top of a debt on top of another debt. All this shit is a debt. If I trade my brother something, that's not no debt there, right? If I just trade you something. Because now you have something that I used to have and I got something you used to have. There's no debt exchange. There's no debt exchange when it comes to that. Some people ain't gonna get it though. They just don't get it. Well, there's money. You can't buy nothing without it. That's because the way they got it set up. We can, but nobody will stand together. Everybody wants to twerk and do everything else. Nobody's gonna stand up and say, no, F this. Give us our property and everything else back. You don't think that your great-grandparents or your great-great-grandparents was on some kind of slave farm or something like that? That was their land. That was all their land. That land was taken from them. That was their land. All the land they was on, come on. You think that, I didn't want to change my show, but you think that YT wanted, the White Tees people, do you think that they really wanted to have you just own their place when the so-called slavery was over with and all that? You think they wanted to have you just sitting there and they letting you sharecrop? No, you was letting them sharecrop. They found a way to squat and squander and take the land and money. You cannot tell me nothing different. Because it only makes sense. It don't make sense no other way. If you're looking at the descendants and the same people, and you're looking at the intelligence, and you realize that what kind of intelligence is that? What all you do is destroy and destruct. Everything you make is under experimentation in labs and all that. You want to lab rat me and stick me with shit, put patches on me and all this other kind of bullshit. Come on. When the Creator put food down they put food here for us to eat. But no, the food ain't no good. You want to pesticide that and poison that and modify that and everything else. So that's not no good. Yeah, you made it no good. So you can create something and feel like, oh, this is good. You need to supplement with this. You need vitamins. You need this and that. Okay, how come my food ain't got no vitamins? Where's all my nutrients from my food? What happened? Oh, we didn't suck them out. So we're going to supplement you and give you some shit we made up. Man, get the hell all the way out of here, man. I don't fall for all this stuff that a lot of people fall for. People fall for stuff, oh, you conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll find out. Okay? Soak your vegetables and soak your fruits and shit and see what happens. See what happens to the water. See if all the color and goodness and flavors and shit go into that water. How could that happen? It shouldn't happen. Get mad at me. Yeah. Abort. Hey, Derek, I can deal with that. I'd rather have a bartering system. Because there's no hurt, there's no harm, there's no hurt in that. Now you have what I had, and I got what you had. And matter of fact, that's a better way, because the wealth of this exchange is because if you're the silver guy and I'm the wood guy, now I got silver and you got wood. Now mines, a lot of times people might look at mines as being wealthy, but it's not. There's no wealth there if it was a proper exchange, because then if you needed your silver back, all you have to do is find somebody that needed what you have and get the silver from them. It's an even exchange. Now, one person could just collect silver and make all the wood and stuff, but then what would they have around? Nothing. They still going to have to get from somebody. That silver is going to have to leave their hand to go to somebody so they can get some other kind of trade, some other goods. Because we all put in here as partners to, some of us are better with our hands, some are better with our feet. Some people are better with their minds and thinking and all that. It's not one person here that has everything. Else for me, in my understanding, it has to come from above for you to have everything, because people think even though you have your own brain, when people say you have a brain, use it. How do you know how much of your brain you're allowed to use if it's so big? Is anybody using their whole brain? As big as your brain is. Do you think you know as much as you should know for having a brain that big? When you watch animals with little pea-sized brains doing more shit than you do, you're like, wait a minute. For my size, for your size, your brain is awfully huge for your size, because they got animals bigger than you with smaller brains than you. So it's like, damn, we got all this packed in here, and it's not usable. How you gonna have? So you got a brain that's not usable. They tell you that you only use 10% of your brain. Not true. You use all the brain that you're allowed to use. You're not even allowed to use your whole brain. Why? It's something must be disconnecting it or something. And one way to keep you from using your whole brain is to englobe your ass into a system that tells you everything that you need to know. So you don't have to think. Oh, well, they so different. So you can say shit like Derek don't like you could use the word they say. So when you can start using that, it's just because that brain is encapsulated in their bullshit. It's just it can't go no further than that. Of course, your brain is always going to be limited. The reason it's limited because you're limited. It's just that we have limits. People try to make it seem like you don't have no limits. Just because you're a T type of person, that you still have limits, because you can get killed, jumping out of a helicopter to land on top of a balloon, to tightrope across to a building, and then parachute down to the ground. That's different. That's not saying that there's a limit. The limit being is that we don't understand the limit. Hey, don't come in here with your naysaying. Time his ass out there. Ray Robinson come in here, tell him he naysaying. Fucking little naysayer. Yeah, Derek said, he said, if they did the research on all the land that was stolen from us, plus all the black towns they drowned and turned into lakes and highways, that is why they don't teach the real history. But see, the narrative being there is that if you keep calling yourself black, you write yourself out of the Earth story. You write yourself out, because even Earth don't recognize you as being black. The Earth recognizes you as being original or aborigine. That's what the Earth recognizes you for. If you don't claim yourself, why should the Earth claim you? Why should other people claim you? Because the thing about it is brown-skinned people, we ain't all the same, but we don't claim ourselves. We don't claim ourselves. But if somebody comes up to you and tells you that you're something, like, I'm not talking about a negative, ignorant, dumbass person, but some people will come over to you and say, yeah, I felt this connection to you. I felt this and that. But you don't feel it. You don't get it. That's because somebody else recognized you that you don't even recognize. You understand? Somebody might come up to you and say, yeah, you a king, man. You used to be a king at one point. You came back or whatever. You might, I don't even believe in that reincarnation or whatever. You talking outside your head. That's because they englobed you into a status, and you can't lift that part of it off you to find out, what it is and who you are. Yeah. Derek said it's like when they saw natives with jewels and crowns, but we didn't value them to say the same way that they did. That's what you mean, yeah. So they thought we were stupid. There's no real value to that stuff. The value was never that. The value was always your people. And so if you realize that the value is your people, you can see all the negative connotations and everything else. And what we're doing is all of the so-called, I don't even like to call this energy, but our waste is labeling everybody. So they erased all the generations from Z all the way down, millennials, all that. They erased all of it. And so they have the new group, they have them indoctrinated enough to where they can call them alpha. So these people that's being born now, those are the alpha. So these are the beginning. It's the beginning of the order of new. I'm just going to say it that way. Because they know that they'll be able to get inside the mind even more. They can't wait. And when I say they, I mean, and I don't like this, like I said, I don't like the days, but whoever those people are that are in charge to call themselves a government, to call themselves a state, to call themselves a world, to call themselves in control, those need to be in more control. And right now, this is the time of just all kinds of information, but you can't bury yourself in information. But it does help you open that ceiling that you had over your head. It helps you open that up. Ray, why you bring your ass in here just to say naysaying? You ain't saying nothing else. You working, that's why. Don't come in here starting no shit though. I got enough people coming in saying stuff. They are zapping our brains now with wireless technology, so we definitely don't use our brains. Yeah, all this stuff. I'm sitting here right now, but I'm being a soldier, man. Oh, you say you're listening? But I'm being a soldier, man, because I'm up here, like I said, I'm in front of all this shit. Ain't no telling how much the shit hitting me, radiation, all this bullshit. But I got to get the information out. We're over here, we're talking about boxing and all this stuff, but then these things hit me they hit me all the time. I'm always like, when people say they're too tired, too old, or too this, I'm like, oh, shut up. I said, shit, I'm old school too. I said, do I look 15? No. Do I look like a kid sometimes? Yes. I'm not a kid, but I do sometimes. I don't know why. My face changes. I got one of those faces that morphs into different people. I got 3 different people. I have a young kid face. I got an older guy's face, and then I have a grandpa face. I don't see the grandpa face very much though. That's when you just feel real bad. You get the grandpa face like, oh, shit, I feel like, oh, shit. But the thing is people, because of the 40-40, I look old to you. Yeah, I know I look old. Shut your ass up. But you're so full of shit too, cause I remember when I was looking at you on that stream and stuff, you was like, what you said. You said, you said, old baby face head. You start clowning me, cause I went on there looking like a kid. And I can't help it. It's just the time of day, and I just felt good. Maybe I had enough energy. Maybe I had the right food. So you full of shit. So you can go ahead and laugh out loud on your own, trying to clown. Yeah. But back to what I was saying. So that whole 40-40, so people get stuck on that 40-40, where you're going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years. And then what they're realizing is the 40 years is not enough. The 40 hours ain't enough, and the 40 years ain't enough. So if I can get you to work, so if I had you working for 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week for 40 years. And so by the time you got sick and once you finished working, let's say you started at 18, that means 58. So you stopped working 58, anywhere between 58 and, if you went to college, to say between 58 and 62, average, to say like that. So if I got you working like that and you're still living, like a couple of you die at 65 or whatever, a couple of you die at 68, but the majority of you are dying at 7. That means I had to pay you for, for 5 years, 8 years or something. money that I had stole from you in the first place and got interest off of it. So if I'm really greedy, and remember, go all the way back, the money ain't worth shit anyway. So you did all that working for nothing, basically, because you still don't own nothing. They still own it. That's why they make you sign everything away. It's like when you buy a car. When you buy a car, it shouldn't have shit to do with the Department of Motor Vehicles. Why does it have anything to do with them? It's your purchase. They don't know you purchasing it. How they get notified? What they doing with your paperwork? What you doing with my registration and all this shit? What you doing with all that? How come I didn't just get a receipt say bought a car? How come I can't just buy my car and just take my car home? I got the right to travel. What the DMV got to do with my car? Or even if I towed my car home, I might not want to drive it yet. So I just took it home. How come I can't just take it home with the receipt? Oh, I just paid for this. I own it. See? Why? But back again to the point, the 40-40. So now 40 that's not enough. So now they want you to work not necessarily more years, but they want you to work more hours. Because they put everything up. So we got to turn it, we got to try to make some bullshit inflation. Ain't no such thing as inflation when you make money you can print money all day long. So how is there anything, how could you have anything such a thing as inflation? If I was sitting in a place, like I own a place and I had a printer that just printed up money. It printed up $100 bills all day long and just start filling up the room. How could I, and then I can go buy shit. Like the stuff I'm printing with. It is, how crazy is that? I'm printing, I got a whole room full of money. I need more printers to print more money, so I just use the money that I printed to go buy more printers to print more money. But I'm saying things is going up. How could I even say that? How are things going up when I got all the money, all this fake ass money that I made you believe is real, and it's just printing and printing? And nobody's ever told me still. I've been waiting for somebody to tell me what's the law on printing presses of our money. What's the law? What does the law say about it? When do they have to stop? When do they have to stop printing money? How many hours a day do they have to stop printing money? Waiting for somebody to tell me. Nobody said, no, yes, you a fool, man, you ignorant, man, because economy, this and that, and it's because our national gross product and all blah, 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 blah. We don't make shit. We don't make stuff. If these countries don't buy, they make stuff better than us. So what's our gross natural, what is our gross national? Huh? What is our product? Somebody explain to me what America's product is. No, it don't mean it. That doesn't mean it that way. Tell us what our main product is. That's your assignment, children, is to tell me what our main product is. Now we could talk about states. What's a state's product? Florida, a lot of oranges. California, a lot of oranges and almonds. Probably almonds is our biggest. In California, almonds are, I know almonds is the biggest thing here. It's not technology. I know it's almonds. You know why? It's because I can go out, I can drive down 5 and I can drive for 100 miles. And it's 100 miles of almond farms. You know how far 100 miles is? And I'm not even squaring it because it's on both sides of the highway. It's at least that. 100 miles of almond farms. Are you kidding me? 100 miles? How many almonds are in a grove of trees, 20-year-old trees that is 1 mile by 1 mile? How many almonds do you think that is? 1 million? Damn sure more than 1 million. Billion? Whatever it is, multiply that times 100 miles. So we know it's probably more than 1 billion, but like I said, multiply that times 100 or more, because it might be more than that. But back to it again. So the 40-40, they're going to turn the 40-40 into like a 50-40 or a 60-40 or a 70-40, so you can keep up with, because remember, no matter what your education is, the next group has to know something else. So now you got to work even more. You imagine somebody who got to work that long, 70 hours a week for 40 years and still be struggle once they retire and still don't own anything, and they have to know everything that you own. The investigation starts as soon as you wake up in the morning. As soon as you use your card, one of your cards, the investigation starts. They want to know how much you buy, what you drink. You understand? They have these dumb clerks at these stores that ask you, do you have an email with us? That's what they want to ask you, if they have an email with you. And now, so if they don't collect enough data, so now they want to scan your driver's license. They have to scan your driver's license to see how much alcohol you're buying or what you're buying. And by them scanning your license, if you're not paying cash, now they scan your license. Now they know which credit card, when your credit card is being used, now they know the credit card that you're using to shop, because you didn't just buy alcohol, you bought cigarettes and you bought some food. So now they know your card. So anytime that your card is spent, they know where you're shopping, all that. They don't need cameras. They don't need the 5G. They don't need none of that. Because just your ID and where you go, they know exactly what you're doing at all times. As soon as you leave the house to go buy something, you go buy gas, they know whose card that is. They know you bought gas there. Because of the cameras, because of the card, no matter what you go do. No matter what you do. Why you need to spy on me? I'm already living off your fake system, but now on top of that, you need to spy on me. Nobody sits back, Derek Bailey. Nobody sits back and think, why are they doing that to us? Why? What's the real reason? What's the real reason? The power and the control, but what's the real reason? What's the real reason? If you need to control me, that means, if you need to control me, that means it's something about me that is special. I see you. Salute to Trey X out there. Salute, brother. Oh, he said, he came in to tell me. He said, salute, this is the first week in the season. Man, send me the information, man. Y'all know my email. Eagles Way of Boxing at gmail.com. Spelt the same way that it's spelt here. Y'all send me the information. I'm going to try to get there, man. I got a lot of stuff. Even this weekend, I got like a lot of stuff I got to do, man. Yeah. Hey, y'all going to make me close down. Hey, I'm going to close down the show. So I asked Trey X, because Trey X he's a boxing voice. So he got that boxing voice. You know, call out the combination. Oh, hit him with that. Oh, the 3-5. You know, 1-2. So he knows how to call. He calls the fight out with all the punches. Y'all stop calling me when I'm on here. Yeah. So maybe he has a take on that also. I think that Ryan. So this is the question really. So because I think that Ryan Garcia, I think what he's doing is admirable, but I think he's making a mistake is by letting Tank psychologically mess with him, with putting more pressure on him, with betting his purse and all this other stuff. And I know it's more than this is confidence, it's his ego. And he's gonna come out throwing all these punches with his eyes closed early in the fight. And it might end up being an earlier night than what people would like it to be. I'm just saying. Because now you're putting more pressure on yourself, because Tank needs you to come like forward, like charging. That's what he wants. And I'm just hoping for Ryan's sake that Ryan don't do that. Especially with his standing up straight flaws and his closing his eyes flaws. He hasn't, and believe me, those things, he haven't changed those things. So he gonna get clipped. Best believe that. Just like Sir Flame said, I still got him getting knocked out. He said he taking that. He said he's gonna get knocked the F out. Yeah. But let's go back again. So I just asked Trey that question, but back to the Zhang. Derek Bay, is Zhang was accurate, but what kind of timing do you need with somebody that slow though? He was accurate, and I don't know. My boy just don't like to get. He don't know how to get out the way. You got to be able to slip. How come you can't turn your body? How come you can't dip down? How come you can't roll? Ain't that old shit they always talk about? They tell me roll with the punches and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you, that's one thing about the is the shell. You know what I mean? The one thing about the shell is that that's what that's made for. I don't know. They call it so many different things though. They call it so many different things, shell and all that. They call it so many different things. They know that shit. They know that the shell didn't start in Philly. But anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But that's a basic defense. That's what that's for. That's for rolling with punches. That's what it's for. It's for rolling with punches. Because we talk about boxing, we talk about like the dance. You having a dance partner, so give and take. Boom, boom, boom. You do this, I do that. Do this, but it's like this though. It's constant. You doing this, I do that. But a lot of times we watch these fights, and we watch these chess match fights, and what happens is this fighter ain't doing shit, this other fighter ain't doing shit. But they studying each other. Okay, let me see what he got. Okay, he might have a jab. You thinking in your mind, okay, he might have a quick jab or whatever, but they ain't doing shit. They just looking at each other, posturing and feinting and all that. And in here, one of them's thinking, you know, if he keeps doing this shit, I'm gonna land this right and take his ass out and go home early. And that's exactly, sometimes that happens. But for the flow of boxing, it's like, okay, I like he doing this, he doing that. And I like to have a respectful fight like that. Sometimes it could be a hard battle, but I like when they could touch gloves after a round. Not to show the respect like, you know, oh yeah, you whooping my ass, but to show the respect, yeah, that's a good round. Like, you know, I think, you know, it might have been close. I think I got that round or whatever. It's just showing respect, like, you know, damn, we in here battling, you know, good job. Don't show too much respect. I don't like when a fighter is hugging another fighter, walking him back to his own corner. No, that's too much. You showing too much respect. I remember Shane Mosley was trying to dap up Floyd after every punch. Oh no, Mosley got like that like later on in his career, like when he was in a hard fight or getting beat up, he started touching gloves with him all the time. Like they like, man, I don't want to touch gloves. Just go on over there. You getting your ass whooped? Just take this ass whooping. Okay. You see, I just gave Champ Ross your email. All right, I appreciate it. Yeah. Stop it, Lala. Now Lala D come in with the heart. Now say something wrong. Lala D, she says something there. You know what, Lala D? Come in here. Be nice for a second. I know you just came in for a minute. Yeah, I got all on and off because I wanted to interact with y'all because I know all of us had at least a little bit of crow to eat over the weekend. She said, he's not all that or something. Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I was waiting for your insult. On top of that, I had to wait for your insult. How many fights did y'all lose over the weekend? I think I lost like about 5. They killed me this weekend, and it's because a lot of times it's because I got the woman fight right. You know why they killed me is because the lighter guys, a lot of times I don't want to bet on them. But I'm going to have to start doing that. I'm going to tell you what I lost. So I went with Quattro. I was hoping on that one. And I don't know if this is a surprise for you guys, but you guys paying attention. That was an Asian fight. These Asians are winning this week. This was an Asian weekend. If y'all look at it. And I don't know if I think I might have went with Mendez. I think I might have. But I should have known better. No, I don't know. I didn't bet on that one. I didn't bet on Mendez. I didn't bet on Mendez. But Shigeoka won that. Joyce. Zhang won that one. God dang. Wasabi. 0-0 and 0 versus 0-0 and 0, and that's the one I told somebody to watch. That one. That was the YouTube fight, right? But Bentley versus Smith. Let me see. I think no, I don't never go with Smith, so I got that one. So at least 3. I lost at least 3, and then the Mayer fight, of course, I got that one right. But that was unanimous decision, and there can always be some kind of controversy with fans when it comes to anything that's a unanimous, any kind of decision. That's, I mean, if this, because this fight with Ryan Garcia and Tank has to be a knockout, because nobody's going, people are going to be crying and complaining if it's not. If Tank squeaks by and wins, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, it was set up and this and that. If Ryan wins, all the Tank's fans are going to be doing the same thing. Me, I'm not nobody's fan. If you get your ass knocked out, then that's what you get. You get your ass knocked out, and that's it. You just in here knocked the F out. Yeah, Lala D said, Trey X. She said, oh, my God. She got the frogs up good for the... And she got the hearts up good. Lala D. See, I got all of them right. Stop lying. You didn't have Zhang. Stop that. That's straight cap right there. That's 100% cap. Like Trey X said, Lala D. She said, what up? What's up, Mark? Ray back in here again. He said, didn't Floyd floor someone for not protecting himself at all times? Oh, yeah, that was, that was Ortiz. That was Victor Ortiz. But at the same time, you know what he did? He told him before the fight, he said, you make any mistakes, you're going to pay for it. He told him before the fight. He said if he made any mistakes. But that was Ortiz's fault for trying to kiss Floyd or hug up with him too long. The ref had already, in the ref's fault too though, because the ref had already started action again, but then somebody distracted the ref at the same time. Because the ref thought he was holding him up, but he wasn't. Because the ref was supposed to hold his hand out like this. Like he started the action, but he was supposed to stop him. Either send him to their corners, but keep his hand out like that. But he actually pulled his hand back in and turned his body this way. And was facing whoever was distracting him and talking to him. And he just faced the opposite way and was like leaning away where he shouldn't have left his hand out, like, and before he pulls his hand back, like, he like box, he should have just held his hand out. But that was Ortiz's fault because he kept trying to hug a little bit too much. And I don't feel bad. I never felt bad about it. Of course, certain people felt bad. Certain old media people, even though they knew the rules. That's the dumbest part about it, is they knew the rules. They know protect yourself at all times, but then when it comes to certain people, it's like, no way, yeah, he should have been more of a sportsman and this and that. Way, it's too bad. Yeah. Lala D say Derek, she got the heart up good with the crown. Lala D say Ray Robinson, she said Ortiz, she said yep. Oh yeah, that's right, Jay. Oh yeah, Trey X said Joseph Brown won money on the Zhang fight. Yeah. Yes. Lala D said Tate got this. She got the gorillas up good. She cried. Yeah, no, Ortiz headbutted him. Yeah, no, he headbutted him before that happened. But if you look at it, just go back and look and you'll see what I was talking about. You'll see that the ref, he kind of held, he was in between holding him up and not holding him up, which basically you're not holding him up if you're in between, because there's clearly a break where you go like this. There's clearly a break, but it wasn't clearly a break because, who was it? It was Joe Cortez, I think. So Joe Cortez he wants to be like this, but he's not. He's turning this way because somebody distracted him, was talking to him about something. I guess, I don't know. It might have been because of the point. He might have still been discussing the point that he took away, because that happened in the same round where he took the point. At least I believe that, at least in my mind is telling me that the point was taken away that round. But he was facing the wrong way. So he barely caught it. He was just turning back as the hook was catching Ortiz. That's it. It's too late. Yeah. But that nasty little headbutt, Ortiz wasn't ass mad because he knew he couldn't beat him. Yeah. He was doing anything to frustrate, which is a good point to talk about. Is it okay? So you just got here too, though. So let me ask you this before I get up out of here. Y'all trying to make me run? Y'all trying to run me past 6 like Derek always do? So let me ask you this simple question: with the money, if this is true, which means we just listened to it, if this is true, let me see if I can find it again. If this is true, now it don't want to pull up.
Why is that fight against Tank Davis so important? Why is that fight against Tank Davis so important?
What?
Tank Davis.
To you.
There's so many
So Ryan Garcia.
And he does his finger.
Got a lot of ways to stop him. I mean,
Tank and Ryan.
so Tank definitely.
So Ryan Garcia is talking about there's plenty of ways to stop him.
I know you don't want to do that, bro.
So here, so this right here.
Yo,
I am Barry Allen with the flag.
I know you don't want to do that, bro. You look like Barry Allen.
I am Barry Allen with the flag.
You didn't get stopped in the gym.
Did you get knocked out by a Russian in Floyd's gym? Did they say that you got knocked out cold?
That's not the one.
No, you didn't.
Yo, you want to bet?
Yeah, let's do
Here.
it. I'm down.
The whole
Let's do it. The whole person. That's a bet. Yes, let's bet. You hear me on the line. Let's bet.
So everything
For sure.
that
So if that's true, so if Ryan Garcia is actually going to bet a lot of D, this is a question for a lot of D because the rest of y'all got this already. Y'all already got the question. So is that going to put a lot of pressure on, too much pressure on Ryan to bet his whole purse against Tank? Is he just falling way too far into? Is he falling way too far into Tank's trap before the fight even starts? Because if he's putting that kind of pressure on himself, and he's talking about knocking him out in 2 rounds, and now he might not get paid for the fight and all this extra stuff, is he doing too much to his own self, his own psychology? He don't have the most stable brain in the first place, and then you in there with a little killer. He's still a killer. He's a little one. You in there with him, playing his psychological games before the fight. I don't see nothing good coming out of that. I see him coming in making too many mistakes. I see him in there with his eyes closed. I see him closing his eyes. I see Tank hitting him when his eyes is cracked. Well, I mean, when his eyes is closed. It just ain't going to be. I just don't think it's a good thing for him to get all into that. He should have stay professional. Say, man, I don't need to bet my purse. I'm coming to win. I'm coming to do my thing against you. He gets too hyped up about this. Shouldn't even got into. I don't think he should have got into all those talks with Tank. But if he really is, if they really gonna do a special contract, the winner takes all, then we really are gonna see like a great fight. But that's dumb on both of them's part, really, because anything can happen to you. What if you slip, Tank? What if the fights before you was just like the Tony Harrison fight, where the ring was slippery? What if you going in the ring all slippery? Now your knees out. Now you stuck. Man, y'all. Youngsters. Yeah. Lord D said Tank. Lord D said the Tank is going to toe tag that boy. Not the toe tag. Oh, so you don't think it's going to bother him then? You don't think it was I think it wasn't a smart move. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trey said that guy, he said, how you say his name, Sanat? He said that Kai Sanat guy needs to shut his mouth. Yeah, he definitely talking a lot, right? Yeah. All happy and jumping up and down. Hey, I don't get happy about, I love boxing. I grew up, family, so I love boxing. But I can't, I take it just so far. You become a clown when you start saying a little bit too much stuff. And like I said, like Derek was saying earlier, I think maybe the mall hate for Tank is based off of jealousy. It could be. But one thing we need you to do, Maul, is you need to get your ass out there and fight. You can't do all this talking and you ain't doing shit. You ain't fighting. So you not fighting, but you going to talk about how somebody else is going to whoop somebody. And then you got 2 challenges. You got calls out. Tank wants to bet you, I think, 15 stack. and Earl want to bet you 20 stack. Oh, so we're gonna see where your confidence is at. So if your confidence is there, then we're gonna see that. So you should have at least $35,000 in bets on this fight. At least $35,000 in bets. Or you need to shut the fuck up and fight somebody. That's all I can say, is you probably need to shut your ass up and get your ass out there and fight. We don't even know how much ring rust you're going to have when you come back. You might make us fearful of boxing or betting. You know what I mean? You might make us fearful. You get out there, we go, I don't know if I want to go with him now. I know he a lion or whatever he called himself. Shit, I don't know. He might have turned into the cowardly lion now. Get your ass out there and go out there and get your ass beat up. And then now you get me, because you know they do memes about everybody. So you going to be a meme and everything else. We're going to talk bad about you for running your mouth in the first place. If you would have just stayed humble, we'd have been all right. But now you're going to run your mouth and you're going to end up in this little small show. You're going to end up in here. We're going to talk bad about you. But if you come back, and you can't even come back from one fight. Once you start running your mouth like that, you can't come back from one fight. Now we got to watch you fight 3 times now before you sell us and get us back halfway back on your on your side of the fence or whatever. Not saying on your wagon and nothing else like that. That's just to get us back on you, because me, I'm hard to get back once you start running your mouth for no reason and you start hating on somebody else's success. Don't ever hate on somebody's success. Look at Lala D. She said, and Earl a mess. Earl gonna take his money too. yeah, you damn right. Earl will go take that money. She said, Maul is Hitman. Mel is Iron Man. Yeah, I don't care. I really don't care nothing about, which one is which one. Maul, I know Maul is supposed to be the Hitman. I know Mel is supposed to be Iron Man. But, hey, right now, the Iron Man is doing the best job in boxing right now. Well, you can't take away from Haney and nothing like that. But, like I said, Mel is doing the best, he's in the best position. He should be. Right now, his whole shit should be just like marketing who he is. He should be marketing that more than anything. Same thing with Haney. Instead of talking about his power, because a lot of people don't think Haney got power. Or they don't think he has the boxing to do against somebody like Shakur. Yeah, Shakur is really complete. But I still don't think Shakur will beat Tank. He might be really complete, but the thing about a complete fighter like that is every once in a while you're going to have to taste somebody's power. Like even Tank has tasted people's power. So he going to have to taste something. You ain't getting in and out of this game without tasting something. Like I ain't never tasted the campers or nothing. Because Cobra was talking that shit. Oh, I ain't never been hurt or nothing like that, blah, blah, blah. Now he done been down in the last couple of fights. But Derek Beatty said, salute to Trey X. Yeah, Derek Beatty must have been doing something in the background. Now he's back. He said, peace to the queen at Lala D. Derek Beatty, salute at Ray Robinson. And also Lala D said, Derek, you going down on Champ Ross. Derek Beatty said, we will see at Lala D. Do you have your picks in yet? Say, I don't want no excuses. He said 100. That's right. Tell it, Derek. Get your damn, he gonna get who? Shakur gonna get his ass, Eagle. Derek yelling out. Okay, well, just make, okay, and I can't even say what I said last time because Lala D got all mad, shaking her head. Oh, you gonna bet a whole stack on, how much, on the two brothers fighting. Okay, I won't bet that high. Okay, I got you, Derek. I got 50 on Tank if they decide to fight. Because he won all of them, just to show that they can't compete with him. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if Shakur might be a little bit more skilled, I don't think the chin it has tasted what Tank is gonna give him. That's why I still, that's why I have to. I got to give Tank like an edge on most of the fighters that he fight. Because even Barrios, I like Barrios now. I like Barrios now better than I did when he fought Tank. I like him better. I like him better. He's a good undercard. He should be on pay-per-view, like a good undercard. He ain't running his mouth like a lot of these fighters. And a lot of these fighters run their mouth. They say, look, you're not even pay-per-view yet. And pay-per-view is a big thing because they give you that chance. Shit, you might get on pay-per-view. Because if you blow it on pay-per-view a few times, they take your ass off of there. You ain't on pay-per-view no more. They're not going to take you off of ESPN Plus. If you're an ESPN Plus fighter, then you can stay an ESPN Plus fighter. That ain't no big deal. But when they get you on that higher pay status, when they get you on the Showtime pay-per-view, then you got to, hey, you're going to have to do some, some work on that per-view part in order to get paid. And as simple as that. But I think Ryan is making a big mistake. We'll talk more about it. Hopefully Friday we'll be able to talk a little bit more on it. And I have to talk to Derek because Derek is just throwing some words out there. He ain't trying to come back with nothing else. He gonna get him, Eagle. I want my $50. So that way I can take your 50, put it with my 50, and get me some nice comfortable slippers or something. Or buy myself something. $50 don't buy a lot, but my 50 with yours, I'm looking at whatever I buy, Derek, with your $50 in mine, I'm looking at, I just saved 50%. At least if it's $100, I save 50% on it. So if something was on sale for $100, I'm like, shit, I saved $79. But then again, I can be stupid and be like, I saved $50 more because Derek hooked me up. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all come back and holler at Eagle again, man. We'll do it again. I'll see y'all Friday, man. Special shout out again, Trey X, the second time, his second appearance within a week's period, a week's time, something like that. Yeah. And also Ray Robinson, troublemaker, coming here starting trouble. Shout out to all y'all. Lala D. Much peace and blessings out to our brother Yasser. Hope everything works out well for him. Cause there ain't nothing like being brokenhearted. You know what I mean? Oh wow, Lala D. She had to start her shit right before after I said salute to everybody. She said something there. She said you can buy yourself a clue, thinking that Shakar loses. If you want to lose 50, and a hatchet is fine with me, Eagle. I'm not giving you that. You ain't getting no hatchet. I said $50, and plus the hatchet is gonna be a little bit more. I'm looking for some smaller. Yeah, y'all are always trying to hold me up. I'm looking for some smaller, some smaller blades. I was thinking about you the other day too. I'm looking for some smaller blades though, cause I don't know if y'all can. I don't know. You just let me know. Just email me or something, cause I don't know what y'all's laws is, where y'all at. I don't know how long of an actual blade y'all can really have. I don't know. So I don't want to be working on it and then find out y'all can't even have that long of a blade. Unless you have it like unconcealed on your waist or something like that. Cause Sticky, my friend Sticky's only about like, I think he's 5 or 6. You don't need but 3, or 2 to be honest. That's all you really need. To be honest, if he's super sharp, you don't need that. Shit, my cousin can throw it. He can throw a knife halfway through a tree. Like through a tree. So I'm just trying to tell people, you don't have a chance against a blade coming at you like that. You got 0 chance. If it goes through a tree, your ass made like a marshmallow. Because most of y'all ain't in shape. I'm just playing with y'all. Hey, I'm going to catch y'all. I can't stand you, Lala D. And I know you hear that over my airwaves. I can't stand you. Okay, Derek, see, I'm in NC. Just about everything goes. Okay, brother. I'll talk to y'all, man. But still, Lala D always starting her. She have the nerve to always say "child" after she start. She has to say the last rude thing to Eagle first before she say "child." Tell me I can buy a clue with $50. All right, I gotta go, man. Y'all done already held me up for 12 minutes overtime. Way overtime. And y'all don't deserve it. Because half of y'all left the show, coming back there, come back, salute to everybody. There ain't I'm not going to say that he was out blazing or nothing like that, but he going to come back, trying to salute people out, after he been missing in action. He just now saw everybody. He's like, oh, what's up, Trey? What up, Ray? What's up, Lala? Y'all a mess, man. All right. Peace to all the real teachers out there. I don't call nobody gods and goddesses, but teachers, yeah. Y'all can be teachers. Original teachers, y'all can be that. Yeah. Okay. I just seen that last little comment. I see you out there, little troublemaker. Well, congratulations to your Chicago champ over there. I'm going to throw ice in the ring next time he come out.